sat down at the Mobiles 2025. Yeah. And when it happened in Newcastle. And I'm like, I looked around, I'm like, this is music of black origin. Where are the black people? So I looked around and it was a genuine question. So obviously that inspired the award side of it. Now, AfriBall was going to just be a night of culture. It was going to be called that, actually. And but I had a couple of names. I had Connect Africa. I had AfriBall. I had Night of Culture. I had these other names to play with. And then I was speaking to somebody, Olamide Jasanya. God bless him. Olamide has been wonderful. He's been a support. I've only known him for not so long. And we met in a weird way. But he's been very invested in this project. And then I said, look, I'm actually planning something. And then when I ran through the names, and he said, AfriBall. That is what the name is.
The name is lovely.
And I'm like, so at the back of my mind, that's the name I actually heard, from the Holy Spirit. But I still wanted to, I'm like,
so you're a man of faith.
Yeah, oh, very much. I'm like, AfriBall. Okay. But I was thinking Connect Africa has that, I was
connecting
it was very literal. But Olamide said AfriBall. Say, you know why? Say AfriBall has already places it somewhere.
Yes.
The name just places it AfriBall. Like it just gives it. He said, remember we're in the white country.
Yes.
You have to still make it look,
yes.
Understandable to them as well. So that's how so then the award side of it, I'm like, okay. I was expecting the Mobiles I was expecting a lot of Africans there. I was expecting, even though I know, but then again, when the Mobiles came in, they had some build-up events. They had the Mobile Fringe. They had all of those things,
Which Dabs posted, by the way.
Again, you have to be a creator that is proactive for you to go to such. Because did the Mobiles do a lot of grassroots work? I would say they tried to an extent. And it was also on the back of that Creators Mix came through. I'm like, if Creators Mix had happened before the Mobiles, Creators Mix would have been a platform where they would the Mobiles would crash in. Because in Manchester, where they had the last one, they went to Black Creators Network. I think that's what they're called. Black Trailblazers. Right. I follow them. They went there and they were able to capture the black creatives in Manchester to be part of Mobiles. But in Newcastle, they did try. They met Dabs. They met a couple of people. Dabs organized a lot of people.
Yes.
You understand? But then again, Dabs only knows so much. He can't know everybody. So while I understand that you have to be proactive to go to these things, I also felt like there was a bit... They needed to have really, really mobilized a good number of people. So when I went to the Mobiles finale and saw that it was a
not
British
predominantly
event.
Black.
Yeah, it was a British event. Literally,
A British event.
I was like, okay, okay, let's create something that our people will feel. Again, when you're dealing with colored people, when you're dealing with Africans, you're dealing with Caribbeans, you're dealing with black people, especially those who are very in touch with their heritage. If it does not look like their culture will be respected there, they will not come.
Yeah.
If it does not look like...
I like that, actually.
Yeah, if it does not look like... If it looks like somewhere where they will go and be stripped of their ethnicity, they wouldn't come. So again, that's one of the things that, just inspired. I'm like, you know what? We're going to build something that is ours. That is truly ours.
Yes.
Truly ours, where people would come and experience the richness of the Pan-African culture. Because again, AfriBall is a Pan-African celebration of brilliance, right? It is not essentially an African.
Yes.
So if you understand Pan-Africanism, you understand that Pan-Africanism covers Caribbeans, covers every other people who can trace their roots to Africa.
Africa, yeah.
So that also covers Africans who are born in the UK. Because there's also that divide. There's that divide of homegrown and born in the UK, but AfriBall is that place where nobody's coming to check if you are an African with a British accent, you're an African, you identify with Africa, you'll be celebrated on that table.
Oh, yeah, that's lovely. That's really nice. And I can picture it. I look forward to it actually looking as you've said. There's a question I want to ask on the back of how you've described the mobiles, because I suspect that when it first started out with good intentions and for Black or African or Pan-African people, but somewhere along the line it started to get diluted. So I think my question would be, how do you intend to ensure that AfriBall stays as an event or an entity or
an entity,
yes, as an entity for Black people, and to maintain its richness for the continent?
So if you check the marketing for this first edition, we're big on what people wear.
Yes.
We're very big on what people wear. That's why we obviously had this very lavish, loud campaign.
Yeah.
Because that is what we want people to always think of when you go to an AfriBall. What am I going to wear? So that is what we are going to keep as the driver. Because again, I mean, you're coming to an AfriBall. You haven't been awarded. You're not being voted. What else are you coming for? Some people will not go to an event where they're just going to sit down and watch people get awarded. You understand? But people would stand up and go to an event where they can dress up and show out.
Yes.
Just by that.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's one of the things, the fashion of it, of AfriBall, the richness of fashion, food, music, culture. These are the things that we're ensuring. Do I see AfriBall eventually tilt into a black tie event? I doubt. For that to happen, probably when I've passed on, that's when I would see that happening. But the bane of AfriBall's existence is that it's essentially going to be that cultural platform where wearing a black tie or an English dress too will make you feel out of place. And that's not obviously taking out the fact that we have white people coming.
Yes.
I've had people who've asked me, "Oh, look, I'm white, obviously. What do you recommend me to come so I look culturally appropriate?" I'm like, AfriBall is a night of culture. If you're English, dress English. That's your culture to you.
Yes.
Because we don't expect you to come and start looking for African designers. No, dress English. There's an Indian lady who's married to a Nigerian guy who, she was saying, "Look, I'm going to dress Indian." I'm like, that's how we want it.
She'll fit right in.
That is how we want it. We want it's a cultural festival.
Yes.
So if a Scottish person is coming with kilts and perfect.
Yes.
You understand? But Africans who are coming there should be able to dress as Africans.
As Africans.
Yeah.
Yes. That's nice actually. Yeah. I like the mindset that you're carrying into it. What does the top 100 African lists mean to you personally?
What it means to me?
Yes.
It's a list.
It's a list.
It's a list created by somebody with biases. Yeah. Because again, to whose standards, to what measures, how do you come up with that? So when we did the 50 creators you should know in the Northeast during Creators Mix, it was born from research. But even with research, you can't know everything. There's some people that felt bad that they were not there, which I found out that they should have. But again, you can't know everybody. You understand? So and that's why I'm not a sucker for Forbes under 40, 30, all them things. I'm not a sucker for them because these are man-made lists. And especially when you know that people pay to be on those lists, you're going to calm down.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting stuff. So this AfriBall is going to be the first edition of AfriBall, right? Yeah. So is it going to be continuing on every year, or is it going to be one and done?
No. AfriBall, I feel that's why we're spending all of these resources and talents and creativity on building. We're building something that would outlast me. Going down the line, 20 years down the line, we want to be able to hire a different creative director who's going to take the creative direction differently, not losing its core, but still, maneuvering. At some point, I'm going to retire early. I say it every day. I'm going to, from the creative space, I'm going to retire early because, I'll say it here for the first time. Sometime down the line, I might go into politics.
Oh, yeah, one
Yes.
one
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah. So there's that. There's that. I'm going to eventually get there.
In
You
Nigeria
get.
or here in the UK?
We'll see. We'll see. So I know that I'm going to retire early from the creative space. Not totally, but I'm somebody who I'm comfortable nurturing people to carry on the things that I've done. Right. So at some point, AfriBall will have its own a new creative director who is going to. I'm just going to be on the board, sitting down, just maybe even attending. But the creative direction and everything, production is not going to be me anymore.
Yeah.
You understand? But that would probably, we're saying, the next maybe 5-10 years, however that goes, you get, because obviously if I have like a portfolio, a government portfolio, I wouldn't be able to function and run the brand, but I wouldn't want it to die either. You get, so yeah, so that's that. But it definitely, AfriBall is an annual celebration of African brilliance, which obviously it will also happen in the same period. It's going to happen at the last Saturday of May every year, because 25th of May is Africa Day worldwide, and we choose to celebrate Africa Day and not Black History. Because that is what we can relate with.
Yes, I'm with you on that one for sure. Can you just tell people what, because I had someone ask me this question, they were quite confused about it. What the distinction is between Creators Mix and AfriBall?
So in very simple terms, Creators Mix is a regional collective or a regional mixer of African creators. AfriBall is the national mother that honors. So Creators Mix connect, AfriBall rewards. Simple and short.
Well put, as in simply put and well understood.
Yeah.
In preparing for this event, have there been pockets of times when you've been quite proud of? I know it's too early to pat yourself on the back, but have there been moments where you've been like, it's really happening, I'm proud of myself,
when we sold our first ticket?
Oh,
it's always, look, it's something when we set early bird and we sold our first ticket, you can't go back anymore.
Yes.
It's like, you can't say, oh, I've changed my mind. You can't. So that just made me know that this event is happening. That's that's like the first proud moments when they called me. I'm like, we've made our first sale. I'm like, whoa, are you serious? There was a table ticket.
How quick was that?
It was 2 days or 2 or 3 days after we publicized when we started selling tickets, because the ticket sales timeline took a while, because the venue was rebuilding a new website and they were now doing box office and things. So it took quite a while, but when it came out and they told me, look, we can now sell, and just rang me, somebody else bought it. That's like one of the proudest. And I've had many moments, honestly, and I'm excited, really.
Yes.
Again, it's too early to really pat myself in the back and say, oh, this or me and my team, but the alliances. When people who are very important people align with them, we've approached some certain class of people to be part of it, and they politely agreed.
Wow.
And I'm like, what?
Oh.
Some of which would shock a lot of people when they see some people that are coming for AfriBall.
Wow.
When we start when we start unveiling that. You understand? And I'm like, okay. You've invited these big people. You cannot say you're not doing events.
You cannot fuck up.
So it just puts me on your toes. I'm like, hey, the pressure to perform.
Yes,
you get. So, but yeah, I've had like many moments to to feel proud of what we've created. We've created, even before the event happening, I would say that we've created a monster.
Yes.
Yeah, we've created a monster.
I saw that your wife is very supportive with this. She was a makeup artist on one of the photo shoots, and I think your wife is so beautiful, by the way. Give her accolades.
I cannot. I'll look into this camera. If you will watch this at some point, babe. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me pursue my dreams. Thank you for allowing me thrive. I said it to you some months ago, and I'm saying it again. Thank you for pushing me to achieving this. Thank you for not being a nagging wife who is going to say, oh, thank you for even allowing us to use our money. honestly, because that's the part where a lot of people, and again, I'm very blessed, being married to a creative who understands that you have to build first before you eat. You have to sow, you understand? So she has no problem with the finances. If anything, she's looking for money. She told me something. She said, "Look, the reason why I'm doing some extra shift is I want to hold money that period."
See there.
And it's so
Oh.
beautiful.
Oh.
It's so beautiful to hear a woman who is not saying, "Look, we are using how money that we're supposed to use for the house to do this thing." No, she's instead working so that she can also contribute. And I'm like, "Look, you're already doing makeup for the host and all of that. That's enough. If we're going to pay you, that would be some money." And she said, "No." So I'll give her flowers. She's honestly, she keeps asking me, "How is voting going? How far this meeting? Have you called this person? This person says it's going to support us. Have you?" She's like my PA. She knows everything in the house. She's just like a partner. It's not like a husband and wife anymore. It's like a partner where even on bed when we wake up, I just bring my laptop and I'm typing. She's looking at the mails I'm typing. She's like, "Oh, you need to ring this person. You need to call this person."
Wow.
She puts on her status. She's mobilizing her friends to buy tables and things like that. So she is one of God's greatest blessing in my life.
Man.
I mean, at Creators Mix, you saw her selling tickets now. Doing this
Speaking of Creators Mix, the sub event.
Yeah.
Can I call it a sub event of AfriBall?
Yes, that's what it is.
Okay, so launched right here in Newcastle's Northeast. Why Newcastle? And why the Northeast?
For Creators Mix or?
Yes.
So the truth is, when we were building Creators Mix, right, so Creators Mix is a regional mixer, right? Starting from the Northeast, but it's going to move around. I mean, luckily this year we're going to a few more cities.
Wow. I was going to say, how do you plan on doing that? I already did it.
Yeah, we're going to a few more cities, where we're now going to have Creators Mix, for instance, Creators Mix in Manchester, Creators Mix in Birmingham, Leeds, Sheffield.
Do we still get ours this year?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Oh, definitely.
Good.
So at the end of the day, Creators Mix is going to climax back in Newcastle.
Good.
So Newcastle is going to essentially be around October, November-ish, but from the summer, we're going to have a couple of other. I mean, we've had strategic partnership with some creators in Aberdeen. So we're going to go to Scotland this year.
Wow.
We're going to go to Scotland. We're hoping to go to Wales as well.
Wow.
Cardiff. Yeah, so we're hoping to, because the vision of Creators Mix is to regionally convene African creators and mobilize them for AfriBall.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so brilliant.
Yeah.
I like the angle you've taken to that.
Yeah.
That's nice. Where is AfriBall in 10 years? Give me the vision.
Don't
be modest.
AfriBall in 10 years is going to sit side by side the BAFTAs. Yeah, and I'm saying it here.
That's a bold statement.
This is 24th April.
Yes, 24th April. Yes,
April,
you're right.
2026.
Yes.
And they're going to remind us in 2036, when it's 10 years, AfriBall is going to stand shoulder to shoulder with the BAFTAs. Yes. That's what will happen. It will stand shoulder to shoulder with the BAFTAs in terms of creativity, in terms of production standard, in terms of the audience it commands. Because at some point, and maybe that's where the point is, and I like that you've put a timeline for 10 years, but I see AfriBall as not just a UK event anymore. That's the growth that will happen, going forward. It's going to be an international event where it's going to be global. So it's going to be like the BET sort of, where you have African creators across the world traveling to the UK for AfriBall. That is the vision.
That's a big vision.
Yeah.
That's a big vision.
Yeah.
What would it mean to you personally if AfriBall becomes the biggest African cultural event in the UK?
It will be more challenging. You know why I say so, and I'm not. This is not. If you know me, you know this is coming from a place of trueness. It will be more challenging because I would not expect AfriBall to be the biggest by itself. I would expect us to be like 5, dragging healthily that position. So if AfriBall is
I
there,
love that mindset.
if AfriBall is there and the biggest, distinctively the biggest, I would worry that I've not inspired enough people to build up. So it would, because the truth is lonely at the top.
Very.
And I want to be able to, I mean, honestly, I'm riding on the backs of from giants. There's Dr. Rex Idaminabo, who is the founder and organizer of Africa Achievers Awards. That event is big by itself, by all standards. That's the event. You have the Olu of Warri coming all the way from Nigeria to, do the keynote speech, his wife as well. You have past presidents, African presidents, you have ministers, yes, that event, it happens in London, it happens in Parliament.
Wow.
Yes. So there's standard. There's Best of Africa Awards. Right. Best of Africa Awards is essentially big. It's big. It has its, so AfriBall is their junior brother. That is coming on, but in a different direction.
Yes.
You understand? In a different direction.
Yes.
You get. So by the time AfriBall becomes the biggest, I would worry that the same way these people have inspired AfriBall, I would worry that AfriBall hasn't inspired other people. Yeah.
Do people in the South underestimate what's happening here in the North?
Oh, they do. People in the South are very they're out of touch with the reality that the world does not revolve around London. Yeah, they are very. I mean, I've had some people, obviously, because of the things I've done in Nigeria or on the African continent, because I've done things around. They thought naturally that when I come to the UK, I would go to London.
Yes.
But no, no. Everything. And the classic example is in America. There's New York, but the Grammys doesn't happen in New York. People travel for the Grammys. People travel to the Tonys. So that's how diverse I want the UK to be, because there's a wonderful, and you might not know this, but there's Africa Oye that happens in Liverpool. That's a big festival. I think it's the biggest black festival of music. It happens in Liverpool. People literally travel. They've had Burna Boy, they've had Patoranking and people on that, and it happens in Liverpool. Do you get?
Wow.
So so those just gave me a reassurance that everything shouldn't be London centric. As a matter of fact, London people are bored of London events because it's the same people, the same faces, and all of that. So when they're able to travel somewhere else, for those who are bright enough to want to travel, they would appreciate the fact that they can literally go somewhere and see something great. Yeah.
I look forward to the Northeast also being on the map. I like the idea of that, to be honest. I like to be around the people who pave the way for something new. You write constantly about reinventing yourself, but reinvention is scary. It means leaving something behind. What's the hardest thing you've ever had to leave behind to become who you are now?
Expecting people to like you for who you are. Yeah, that's something I think so I wouldn't say I was I wouldn't say when you constantly need people to love you, because obviously from low self-esteem and things like that. I wouldn't say that was the case, but I expected people to love me because I am a good person. You understand? But that has obviously gotten me burnt out. That's also made me performative. That has also made me do things expecting people to also be good back at me and things like that. So that is one thing right now, I hardly get disappointed. Very rarely do I don't lose sleep. Before, it would bother me. Oh my God.
Yes.
It would bother me so much. But now, and it's now, but funny enough, it's now scary to me how I'm able to move on from people. It's scary because it gets like when I psych myself to move on, sometimes I don't even remember you or your name. And then somebody will like, yeah. So it's become scary that I'm able to now let go of people, but it's kept my sanity.
Yes.
Yeah. So that would be it.
Is there a version of yourself you miss?
A version of myself. Oh, you're asking deep questions. Very honestly, I didn't prepare for this level of depth. A version of me that I miss. Again, I'll give kudos to my wife. Again, you know why I say so? And I told her this beginning of this year. I said, I like that I am not performing. I like that you're allowing that childlike, that boy like, oh, I have this idea, I want to do it. I like that I can go for, because one of the things, so my detox from all of this stress is going to rehearsals, choir rehearsals. That's where I offload. So for me, going for choir rehearsals is therapy. I don't rest per se, because even if I say I rest, I will still press phone, and not press phone socially, but I will still press phone and check on emails and want to advance. You get? But the fact that I can have 2-3 hours where I'm not looking at my phone, I'm not bothered with the world, I'm holding my score and I'm singing with people, hearing beautiful harmony. It's something, and I told my wife, I said, thank you for not letting me dwindle any part of me just to fit into our marriage. Because again, the truth is, some people have had to shed different sides of themselves just to commit to the marriage. My wife is very comfortable. She knows on Mondays that I go to my rehearsals, right? She knows when I need to travel for work, not my day job, for creative work. She knows the importance of me traveling, spending money to go to London, to go to an event, because I want to meet somebody. It makes sense to her. You understand? Some people will be like, why are you going to... I pay some heavy money. Do you understand? I pay some heavy monies, and I go to some events because I want to socialize.
Yes.
And I want to meet, and I'm somebody that it has been a point of duty of mine for the last 10-15 years, I would think, to go to I don't go to any new event, I don't make a new contact. I feel like I failed. So I must make a new contact. So I trust myself to know how, because I pretty much have like good interpersonal relationship skills. So when I go to events, I make sure that I meet somebody. So she knows the importance of me going to this event. I know some spouses will be like, what is they go this event? Why do you have to? But she understands that. So she's enabled me to live freely. So that's why I can't really say there's a version of myself that I miss. Because some people would say, obviously, they got married and they miss going to parties, they miss going to... I'm not in a marriage where I cannot go to club. As a matter of fact, I'm the one that will not even go. Do you understand? Not as if she would. Nah, I will not go because I'm too... I don't know if it's old age that is doing it, but I will go to a place and 2 minutes I want to come back home. I'm like, I beg, I'm done. Sometimes she leaves me, I hang out with my guys in my area, and I will go there at 7 and 9 o'clock, and she was like, party don't finish. I said, no. I don't tired now. Do you understand? And then she's like, so I mean, I don't think there's any version of myself that I really nah.
Nice. I'm happy she lets you be yourself.
Yeah.
I hope I find someone like that someday.
You will.
Amen. This podcast is called Stacking Dreams. I'm sure you know that already. It's for people who have big ideas but keep procrastinating, keep finding reasons not to start. You have built multiple things across multiple countries.
Yeah.
What do you want to say directly to that person sitting on their own idea right now?
Start. It will not be perfect. It will not be shiny. It will not make sense to people. People will not support you. Your family will not support you. Start. Because at the end of the day, when God called you to that vision, it was not a conference call. It was you. So start. Stop giving yourself these excuses. Stop expecting people to understand. They did not see the vision with you. They are not your co-founders. You understand? They are there. Your mother will not see the vision. Your spouse. And I tell people, stop looking at family as your customers or your people need to know. My sister does not dance on my comment section like other people say, go bro, go do this.
Yeah.
Not because she doesn't
support you,
but it's not her person. You understand? So people are like that. But imagine if I was expecting her to always do that, would become performative. Because my sister is very career oriented. You understand? So she knows how to do what she needs to do to support me, but not necessarily, so a lot of us seek validation and seek approval from people. You understand? If I was seeking approval to start AfriBall, I don't think I would have started, because people are like, hey bro, hey.
Even now that you started, some people are still doing
hey, you want to do this kind of big thing, hey, you understand? So but start. That's what I would say to anybody who is sitting on an idea. Just start. It will not be perfect. It will not be shiny. But guess what? What you do today will be better than what you did yesterday.
I like that. What's the cost of not starting?
So,
Not in money, but in something deeper.
oh yeah. So I'm going to take it this way. The cost of you not starting anything that God has laid in your heart is you are costing the people whose life depends on that vision to start. You're costing them delay. You're costing them advancement. You understand? Now, again, I'll use AfriBall just for context. The people who are going to be awarded at AfriBall, if your AfriBall never held, you've cost somebody being worthy of being called an award winning. So anything that you've not started, you're costing the people that would. I mean, with Creators Mix, a lot of people met some people for the first time. If that did not happen, which obviously can happen, somebody else can do it. But if I didn't do it, it would have costed the people who needed to meet the people that will help them there. Do you understand? If I did not do Afro Creators in 2023, it would have costed me running into Dr. Claire Oga. You understand? And Dr. Claire Oga, who has really introduced me to many people that I know in this town, I wouldn't have met her if I sat on that dream. So, and if you start to think about it, you understand that it's a mission. It is a mission that you have to do. You have to do whatever it is God has laid in you, especially when it keeps coming. You understand? Just start. And you find that there are multiple blessings that comes with it. It might not be money.
Yes.
But the gift of people, the gift of support, the gift of just people being inspired by it is more than enough. And then money will come at some point, because when you've built value and you've created something, money will come. Money is a complementary thing. It's not, you don't think about it; it will come, but it's complementary. Yeah.
Nice. Last question before I move on to the next segment. I want you to be completely honest. What is the dream that even you haven't started? Not AfriBall's dream, not the multi-pod community's dream. Teinye's private dream, the one you haven't told many people about.
They have not started.
Yes.
So I think, again, I know that further down the line, I know I'm going to go into leadership.
Okay.
I know there's that part of, I know there's that calling. I don't know how it's going to happen. That's why I said, I know that at some point I'll probably in government and that will happen, but how it will happen, I don't know. But the dream is when I'm there, the dream is when I eventually get to a position where I can effect change, right? I really want to change the mindset of people. And this might sound cliche, this might sound anything. There's a call of God on my life that would essentially now. So I might be that, not necessarily a pastor, right? But I might be that public figure, that political figure who is drawing people to Christ.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see how that happens, because politicians and God, to me, I don't trust any politician, home, abroad, anywhere. I do not trust them. Yeah. So I want to see how you're able to pull that off, to be honest.
Well, so help me God.
Yeah. So help you God, indeed. Yeah.